When I first met Ben Locke nearly 4 years ago, pretty much the only thing I knew about him was that he was an exceptional basketball player and that all the girls seemed to really like him. He seemed like a nice guy, but I wasn't a big fan of basketball, so I assumed that Ben and I didn't have much in common, and so the first year and a half, Ben and I barely said a word to each other. Now, second semester of sophomore year, Ben and I took creative writing with Miss White. And on the first day, she asked us all why we were taking the class. So we all went around the table and shared our reasons, and it became obvious rather quickly that there was a clear divide between those of us who were genuinely passionate about the subject and those of us who were taking the class because we really needed an arts credit. So we're all going around, and finally it comes to Ben. And me, not knowing Ben very well, I assumed that he was one of those students taking the class for the arts credit. So, you can imagine my surprise when he opened his mouth, and I think this is perhaps the first full sentence I ever heard him say. He said something along the lines of, well, you know, I just love writing, and I try to write a little bit every night, and I'm just really hoping that this class will help me get a little better. Now, this taught me two things. First, I understood why all the girls liked Ben so much. And second, I learned to never underestimate my classmates. I tell this story because I've had that moment repeated day in and day out over the past 4 years with every single one of you. For the past 4 years, up to this very day, I've had the joy of being constantly surprised by you. Sometimes these surprises are relatively minor, like when I discovered that our very own Jesus Van Olt is a master freestyler. And at other times, these surprises have provided an insight that really changed my view of the person in question for the better. Like when I learned that Georgia, who isn't the biggest fan of people, loves plants and animals, and would probably do just about anything to protect the natural world. These surprises have been perhaps my favorite part of going to school with you all, because they talk into your complex people with passions and interests that drive you and that you all constantly work to become better at whatever it is you do. And that's good because we just spent anywhere from 2 to 14 years here, and our parents have spent thousands and thousands of dollars on our education here at Carolina Day. And I think that for us, and for pretty much anybody who attends a college prep school, it can become a little easy to lose track of the why. Why did we spend all of that time and energy and effort on our classes and our homework and our college applications? Why did our parents spend all of that money so that we could spend all of that time and energy and effort? The truth is, most of us probably don't really know the answer to that question yet. I know that I don't really know the answer to that question yet for myself. But I think that the answer goes a little deeper than simply, you know, we want a good education and we want to go to a good college and get a good job. That's part of it. Certainly when I came here, it definitely had something to do with wanting all of that. But Carolina Day is hardly the only place where we can get a good education that helps us get into a good college and get a good job. For me, at least, one of the main reasons I went to Carolina Day in the first place is because I wanted to be around people like you. People who are passionate and creative and who care about things, whether it's basketball or makeup or soda vending or quilting or fish or whatnot. I think it's easy to forget how rare that passion is. There's a lot of people in this world who don't really care about much at all. And even if they do care, they don't have the courage or the resources to do anything about it. And so it's been one of the greatest fortunes of my life to have spent 4 years with 45 other people who really care and who have that courage and have those resources. And so it is my hope that as we continue through life that we don't lose sight of that. Because a lot of times life can be a lot simpler if we just do what makes us comfortable or if we just do what's easy. And although there's nothing wrong with comfort and there's nothing wrong with easy, we are some of the few people in this world who truly have the privilege to pursue our passions. Because that's what they tell us when we're little kids, right? Pursue your passions, they say. You can do anything you want. You can be the next Einstein or the next president. You can change the world. Isn't that what they tell us? But the truth is, most people can't. Most people don't ever really get the chance. But we do. This right here, this is our chance. We're about to go out into this world armed with one of the best educations money can buy. We're going to great schools. We've got family we can turn to and friends we can rely on. We've got everything we need to do anything. So why shouldn't we? And why should we ever be comfortable with comfort? And even if we wanted to, I think we have a responsibility not to. When we leave these doors, it's true that we're entering a completely new phase of our lives. For the first time, our decisions, for the most part, will be entirely our own. We'll have the freedom to try new things and think new things and be new things, but not only are we entering a completely new phase in our lives, when we leave these doors, we're entering a completely new world. Right now, we're at a turning point in human history. Times, they are changing. Technologically, ecologically, economically, politically, socially, the whole world is changing in dramatic ways that we can't even predict. In 20 years, the world we know, the world our parents know, will almost certainly have been reshaped into something completely unrecognizable. It's possible, in fact even likely, that in our lifetime we'll create artificial intelligence or go to Mars. We have the tools and the resources to cure hunger, poverty, and disease, and we, right here, right now, are uniquely positioned through our backgrounds, through our education, and through our natural abilities to play a role in all of it. And I don't know about you, but I think that's really cool. And I think it'd be a complete shame if we miss it. So, anyway, Eva, I know I promised you that I'd be funny, so, sorry. But there's one thing I want you all to know. It's that I'm proud of you, that I respect you, that I believe in you, that you're all a bunch of bosses, and that I love you. And that I know that in 15, 20 years down the line, when I see you at a reunion, or I check in on your Instagram or Facebook or telepathy, I know that you'll surprise me.